Hey everyone, I'm Sage Valentine and welcome to my channel of the same name. Right now, I'm going to review The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14, entitled Spend. I really hope that Episode 15 is better than this one because I really didn't like it. You guys may disagree with me, but I wasn't feeling it. And there are 5 reasons why I wasn't feeling it. Number 1. Father Gabriel, like, can we kill him off or something? No shade on Seth Gilliam, but I've just had enough of him. For him to go to Deanna and tell her that the group is evil after all the things that they have done to protect him. And yes, I understand that he's probably going through post-traumatic stress or whatever, but he is not an angel in all of this after he locked himself up in that church. While all those people, men, women, and children were crying and scratching, and whoever that was scratched on the outside of the church, you're going to go to hell for this, you're going to burn for this. Not to mention the group killing the Terminites. Not to mention Michonne and Carl and Judy almost dying because of Father Gabriel's craziness. I just thank God, though, in that scene for Abraham and the group coming back and making it back in the nick of time. Another thing I didn't like about this episode was the way that Noah died. I understand a lot of people were mad at him. They blame him for, Tyrese's death and in some way blame him for Beth getting caught. But I mean, they could have come up with a better death than to rip his face off like that. Like, it didn't even, not even ripping his face off. It's like they ripped his jaws out and this out and that one to the point where, like, he looked like a deflated basketball. That was terrible. I turned away from the TV because I couldn't even look at that. Aiden's death was gruesome, and I wasn't upset about that because Aiden was just an ass, and I didn't even want to get in with him. And especially after he revealed that apparently he and that guy, I think his name is Nathaniel, abandoned all those people, those 4 people he talked about earlier, basically abandoned them and let them die because Alexandria's whole thing is retreat, retreat, retreat when trouble comes. Number 3, this whole thing with Rick and Pete and Jesse, I'm not feeling this. I do know how it goes in the comic book, so you don't have to tell me, but what I can say is this. I wish that they wouldn't make it like he has to do it. Like, just let him do it and call it a day, because to me it just feels like this whole knight in shining armor thing for him to save Jesse or something. And if it becomes this knight in shining armor thing, and if he and Jesse get together, I already know what's going to happen. And it's not. And I didn't say that for shipping purposes. I said that because of what happens in the comic book. Now, the 4th thing that I didn't like about this episode was that focus on Abraham, because as you know, when you watch The Walking Dead, if they focus on any character for a little bit too long, if they get like a bit of a bump of a character arc, then that means that that character is going to die. And I know a lot of people are probably like, I don't really care about Abraham, but I actually like Abraham, to be completely honest. And I really don't want him to die just yet. I already know what happens in the comic book again. But I don't want him to die at this point. Not just yet. But if he does end up dying, I guess it's to bump up the whole, spoiler alert, Eugene story arc that happens in the comic book. And the 5th thing that I did not like about this episode was that I didn't like how there was no Michonne in this episode. Don't get me started. First of all, I already know they can't show every character in every episode, but it feels like in this season they are slowly but surely phasing Michonne out. Now, I already went through that craziness with Sleepy Hollow, so you're not going to see me do all these videos like I'm pissed off and all this stuff, because I'm just not even going to go through that. But what I will say is this. On the plus side, not seeing Michonne means that she's safe and she's doing something. But on the negative side, that means that Michonne is being like phased out to the side, where it should only be used for certain things, whereas Jesse's character is going to be bumped up which I guess will further push her towards what is going to happen to her and her husband and her child. Spoiler alert. And, well, technically that's not a spoiler because you guys probably haven't even read the comic book, but I'm just saying. There's just a lot of foreshadowing going on as far as Jesse's character, if you haven't picked it up. If you're kind of confused as to what I'm talking about, your best bet is to go back in the first couple episodes of this second half and see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of foreshadowing, and it's the writers are trying to tell you something. But not seeing Michonne is a little bit upsetting to me because it felt like Michonne had a bigger presence in like season 3, season 4. So it feels like to me that they're trying to get Michonne, I guess, to assimilate into this. Hopefully they don't make Michonne kind of, you know, at one point when the group wants to leave, once everything hits the fan, and say, for instance, Deanna decides, I don't want the group here after what old idiot Father Gabriel said, then Michonne chooses to stay or something crazy like that. Because, another spoiler alert, in the comic book, they have no idea where Michonne is. And there are fans who, I guess, ship Jessic or something. If you don't know what Jessic is, it's the whole pairing of Jesse and Rick. And they're happy about this because they're just like, you better hope that she's not dead in the comic book. But, I don't know, some of these people need to realize that the show is following the comic book to a certain point, and then it's diverting another way. But, I'm just wondering what's Michonne up to, and between that and the fact that there was like this article earlier today that was talking about, you know, season 5 means trouble for Daryl now. Robert Kirkman has said numerous times in interviews at Comic-Cons, actually at one that I went to, when someone asked about Daryl, that like nobody is safe on this show as far as he's concerned. Well, he listed a couple characters that are safe in his eyes, but I guess that could be foreshadowing the fact that Daryl may leave, Daryl may die. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not feeling it. It's not that much of a big deal to me, but I'm not even sure what direction they're going. So I'm trying not to be that angry at this season, but I can tell you I didn't like this episode. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Sage Valentine here, signing off. Rate this video, leave your comments, tell me what you thought about this episode, what you think or predict is going to happen in the rest of this season, and more importantly, just your thoughts in general about the direction that The Walking Dead is going at this point, because I'm not even sure. So this is like one of the only episodes of this season that I don't like so far. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and join my brand of crazy. And check me out on Twitter and Google+, Sage Valentine. So that's all I gotta say. This episode kind of disappointed me. I'm probably the only one, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Bye, guys. Bye.